The Last Jedi has finally been released, and alongside it comes a DLC season for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now this isn't a review of the film, so I won't comment on my opinion of the film itself, only the scenes which relate to the DLC, so there will be slight spoilers in this. This new DLC can be directly compared to two of the previous DLCs, the battles of Jakku and Scarif. As the Battle of Jakku takes place outside of any film, and the details of it are largely unimportant to the story of Force Awakens, it had free reign to go wherever it wanted with the gameplay, only having 2 points relating to the film existing as background scenery, and those are the crashed Star Destroyers. Scarif, on the other hand, was a direct representation of the film, or I imagine it was meant to be. It's clear looking at some of the unused footage from Rogue One that the film originally played out a lot differently than the one we got to see. DICE obviously got an early cut or storyboard look at the film to base their DLC on, so it can't be expected that they match the final product perfectly. Despite this, it provided an excellent matching of different modes which already exist within Battlefront, but when it gets pulled together, it brings a unique Star Wars experience which fits the film perfectly. Now onto The Last Jedi DLC itself. This includes a Starfighter assault map, a Galactic assault map, as well as a new campaign segment which runs alongside the events of The Force Awakens and Two Heroes. First off, I'll look at the Starfighter assault map set above Dakar. This map takes place directly before the events of The Last Jedi and really exists as a precursor to the film itself, with a First Order victory heralding the arrival of the Dreadnought, which is one of the first events in the film, while a Resistance victory results in their escape, something which doesn't happen at that point in the film. In my opinion, it is an incredibly well designed map, particularly when the gameplay is fundamentally affected by the actions of the players. It physically pulls your Starfighter in multiple directions, and it forces the players to work alongside this, and it then becomes difficult to fly due to the reduction in visibility from the pulses. That paired alongside the countless debris around the map, in particular the wires spanning the gaps between the shield generators, makes this a real challenge to manoeuvre. That's something I've really been looking for in a Starfighter assault map. So overall, the fact that this map takes place before the events of the film sets it apart from the previous attempt by DICE to portray a brand new film. It showcases enough of the events of the film without actually spoiling anything, and I definitely think they handled it perfectly. Now, the Galactic assault map is set around the First Order's attack on Crait. It focuses on two AT-M6 walkers moving towards an abandoned rebel outpost across the salt plains. This map's initial stage is so wide open, it would be a sniper's paradise if it weren't for those speeders skimming across the surface, kicking up dust. And I think this works perfectly for the game mode. It doesn't really create many choke points at this stage, and it fits the film itself while adding a new element to the gameplay, and it sets itself apart from other maps, really feeling like trench warfare with the added bonus of reduced visibility. It moves apart from the film, breaking canon slightly, but realistically, who would want the game to suddenly stop after the first wave of speeders attacks the guerrilla walkers? To just have everyone stand inside and watch two players fight it out on the salt plains. And this change is one which still adds a lot to the battle. It goes deeper inside this mine and involves the shuttles which were actually used in the film to arrive on Crait, as well as including the Crystal Foxes, which is an interesting point. It's good to see them running around. And their introduction actually adds a lot to the world and really boosts the environment, and it really has the feel of a mine when you get into it. We also get to play as Finn and Captain Phasma. However, I've never really had much opportunity to play as either of them for an extended amount of time. However, they really managed to capture Finn's humour, which is always nice to see.
Bad guy, red face, spikes, and a lightsaber, not good.
But overall, this DLC ticks all of the boxes for me in terms of its relevance to the film the season is based on. It manages to find a balance between staying true to the film and also keeping the events of the film shrouded in mystery. The only thing it really spoils is the fact that the rebels are trapped in the base on Crait, and the fact that a Dreadnought Star Destroyer appears in the Battle of Dakar, which are things which aren't actually integral to spoiling the film. In terms of the story DLC, there is not much relation to the events of The Last Jedi. It fits more into The Force Awakens. However, there are hints, including Iden Versio and their daughter finding the plans to the Dreadnought Star Destroyer, which is something which could have actually helped the Resistance in taking down this Dreadnought. But overall, I'm looking forward to playing more of the content found in this DLC, and I'm hoping that the next season will be announced early in the new year. So let me know your opinion on The Last Jedi DLC, as well as any potential future DLC seasons you'd like to see down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video and will stick around for the next time, but until then, may the Force be with you.